Hello everyone. Today we're talking about medicine for a messy home. Now there is medicine and there is medicine. Some things we think of as magic bullets, like if you are unwell and you have an infection and you take an antibiotic, it can help clear that up pretty quickly. But you wouldn't want to take an antibiotic all the time because it would destroy your body's natural defenses. So it wouldn't be good in the long run. And there are magic pills for getting your house clean. I made a video last week called Crisis Cleaning. Yep, Chaos Crisis Cleaning. And that is like an antibiotic for your home. It's a little mini pill that will help fix it temporarily, but it's not for the long term. So as with your body, we do with our house. So when our body is not in its best shape, we work really hard. We exercise it. We feed it well, we hydrate it, we give it enough rest. Those things will make our body come back to health in most cases. And so for your home, to bring it to a beautiful state of organized, streamlined, happy place to live, clean, then you're going to do the FlyLady system, which is not a magic bullet. It's it's easy on a daily basis to do the little steps. I'm not asking you to, for example, exercise your body all day long. You're only exercising for a little part of your day. And the same with this. When you're cleaning your home, you're only doing it for a little part of your day. But in the long run, your home is going to be in much better shape, and you mentally will be in better shape for doing it. So there's no magic bullet. I say it all the time, there's no Samantha tweedledee to come in and make it pretty. It's not going to happen. So what you're going to do is the 3-layer cake. I talk about it all the time. It's the 3 steps to the FlyLady system. It took me a while myself to figure out how that worked. It was a little confusing to me to see what I had to do. And when I figured out it's like a 3-layer cake, you have to do your routines, that's the base layer. And then you have to do your zones, that's the middle layer. You top it off with your basic weekly plan. And then the icing on the cake is things like clutter check, okay? So let's get going and do these 3 things. These 3 things are going to improve the health of your home. You're going to find that your home is more streamlined, more organized, cleaner, easier to live in, easier to find things, more peaceful. You personally are going to feel more in control, more kind. Because when you get enough sleep, if you're following your routines, you're going to get enough sleep. It's like part of the health part. You're going to have enough sleep. You're going to make sure you have 3 meals on the table, or 3 meals maybe not on the table, but 3 meals. You're going to make sure that you are getting exercise, that you're doing all the things you plan in your day. Now, exercise is not one of those 3 layers of the 3-layer cake, but there is free time that's built in that gives you the opportunity to do those things like exercise, have fun with friends, things that are good for your mind and your body. So let's start today doing our routines. If you're just starting, please watch how to do the FlyLady system for newbies. It takes about an hour. You're going to need a piece of paper and a pencil, and you're going to need to stop that video from time to time and take notes. And it is the way that I teach the FlyLady system as a FlyLady myself. So you're going to do that, and you're going to step in. So you're going to start, maybe you're really overwhelmed and you can't do all 3 things. Maybe you're not a top baking chef yet. You can't make a 3-layer cake. Well, can you make a 1-layer cake? I think you can. And that is your basic routines. So that's going to be the bottom layer of your cake, your medicine cake. Your middle layer will happen a little later. Maybe it's going to take you a few days before you can start doing your zone, maybe a week, maybe 2. Everybody's different. But when you start your zones, you don't drop your routines. So it's routines, zones, basic weekly plan. Now, when you're watching that video, how to do the FlyLady system for newbies, I teach basic weekly plan as step 2, only because you really do need to do that before you do your zones when you're starting, because there are things in there like buy groceries, pay your bills, that are in that basic weekly plan. So if you're just going to do it in baby steps, then you're just going to do routines, then basic weekly plan. When you add zone, you're going to bump the basic weekly plan up to the top layer. You're going to put zones in the middle. And the reason I have you do zones before basic weekly plan when you're doing all 3 layers is because you need to stay in motion. So a body in motion stays in motion, a body at rest stays in rest. Some of our basic weekly plan requires us to sit or to go out and ride in the car. It's really hard when we've been out riding around in the car or sitting and paying bills to stand up and get back into action. So I always do the action layer as the second layer. So it's routines, zone, basic weekly plan, okay? This is the medicine that's going to get your house well, right? Right now maybe you have a sick home. Maybe it's not a good environment for your children to be raised in or for you to live in or for your spouse and you to have a good relationship because it's just unproductive and unhealthy. Sometimes people's homes are to the point where it's actually distracting. So depending on where you are, everyone's different, and I've seen every single level. I know you can do this, and I don't want you to be ashamed of yourself. No, ma'am. I don't want you to be ashamed of yourself. I want you to start today taking the medicine for your house, or giving your house medicine. And that is starting with your routines, and then following it with your basic weekly plan if you're not going to do zones yet. But if you're doing zones, then basic weekly plan. Let's see what that is real quick. The routines are the morning routine, the laundry routine, the paper routine, the clutter check routine, the after dinner routine, and the before bed routine. Your children have a before bed routine and a morning routine. They have 2 routines too, and they can help with some of these other routines. Like there's also one if you have little kids who dump toys on the floor, the toy check that happens 4 days a week. 4 times a day. 4 times a day. So it sounds like a lot, just like walking across the room. If you actually put it in a description, would sound like a lot. First, put both feet on the floor, then lean forward in your chair, then shifting your body weight to your feet. You can make anything sound difficult. It's not difficult to get up and walk across the floor if you're an able-bodied person. So it's the same, and if you aren't, you understand what I'm saying. Some of you may be working from a wheelchair and you can still do this, okay? You just do your version of this. But my point is, anything we do, the mechanics of it can be broken down and it looks difficult or sounds complicated, but it's not. So when I give you those little routines, that's not hard. Those are easy. The hard part is getting it in your head that you have to do these every day, that it's an important part of your life. Most of them you're going to do every single day. The morning routine, the before bed routine, the after dinner routine, those are every single day. Clutter checks 3 times a day, every single day. Toy checks 4 times a day, every single day. Laundry, 5 days a week if you're an at-home homemaker, maybe 6 days a week if you're a payroll homemaker. Paper clutter, we're going through it an inch a day. You're going to do that 6 days a week. I think that's all the routines. And then when we get to zones, we just have 1 zone a week and we work in that zone for 4 days a week. The classic program that I'm teaching, which you can edit to fit you. You can edit not the number of days, but where the days are. Usually on Monday, we do weekly home blessing hour. On Tuesday, it is a free day, so we're not working that day. On Wednesday, it is, I'm talking about the basic weekly plan. Sorry, that's the basic weekly plan. The zones are Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, because on Tuesday we have a free day. So we only do our zones 4 days a week, unless you're a payroll homemaker when you do it either 1 day a week yourself, depending on how much you work every day and your level of energy when you come home, or on Saturday in 1 hour, 4 15-minute units on Saturday morning. Then the basic weekly plan happens 5, 6, 7 days a week, but really there's only 4 action days. 4 action days. So Monday is an action day. That's weekly home blessing hour. Tuesday is a non-action day. It's free day. Wednesday is planning and desk day. That's an action, although a passive action, something to do on a quiet day. Thursday is errand day, which can kind of be passive nowadays because people can deliver your groceries or you can have them put in the trunk of your car, and you may or may not have other errands that you need to run. But that's still a sitting, running around kind of thing. You're out of the house. Or you're in the house and things are being delivered to you. Friday is car and purse day. It's a very little action day. And date night, very important. Saturday is family fun day. That's a non-action day in your home. Sunday is renew your spirit. That's a non-action day in your home. Saturday and Sunday for payroll people who aren't home during the week, that's going to be the day that you do for your weekly home blessing hour. You're going to be able to do that Monday through Friday or Saturday, breaking it up into 1 10-minute section per day. Or you can run it all together and do it on Saturday. You can also delegate, don't forget. So on Saturday, at the max, you would have 2 hours. Then we've got errand day. We can get that done throughout the week, even if we work away from the home. We can have the groceries delivered, or we can pick them up on our way home from work. Planning and desk day, I do have you save that for Sundays if you're a payroll homemaker. Sunday afternoons is good. Car and purse can be done on your lunch hour or your break. And the other things happen at home. Family fun day can still happen on Saturday. Renew your spirit is still going to happen on Sunday. Okay, so talking to 2 different sets of people with 2 different needs, but you have to listen for yours. If you're an at-home homemaker, then you're doing everything Monday through Friday. If you're a payroll homemaker, you're going to probably do a lot of it on Saturday and some on Sunday afternoon. Okay, all right. So I hope that you understand what this medicine is for your home, how it takes time, just like exercise, just like a good diet, just like drinking water, just like getting enough sleep. It takes time to increase and build on itself until your home is to the point where it is spring cleaned all the time, and it will be. You have to trust the process. Thousands and thousands and thousands of women have done this, and it works. It worked for me, and it'll work for you. Always remember when you're doing this to be beautiful, because you are beautiful.